with a Pershing 116 GTX. It's 2025 and it's designed interior and exterior by Fulvio De Simoni.
So the GTX116 is a new line of GTX for the Pershing brand. Pershing traditionally in the last years has had the X series that's focused on performance. The GTX series presents a volume SUV concept to it. So now you still have the sleek, sexy, performing look, but with more volume. So I'd be glad to show you guys a little bit more of the boat. We can go inside.
Yes, let's do it.
So the GTX116 has plenty of features that we take advantage of the space and the volume that the design offers. So over here behind us, you have a garage that you could fit a 505 or a 520 Williams jet tender. So you have plenty of room there. You also have space for a wave runner, as well as a diesel fueling station. So it gives you complete autonomy when you're enjoying out in the Caribbean or in places where you don't need to always fuel your toys. So in order for the launch, you just install rails that are removable, where you're able to launch with that opaque Mari crane. It's usually 15 to 20 minutes max to be able to launch all of the toys. So it gives the owner plenty of time to enjoy and doesn't have to wait around that long.
It's great.
Yeah.
And this is what exactly? Because this is fairly new.
Right. So it's a very common trend now in the industry, but this is a transformer. So this is a transformer platform that this whole platform here detaches, goes up, and then you have stairs and you have steps. So that could either be used for docking at a high dock, or you can lower it into the water. So you have pretty much a dive platform that you come up.
Yes.
So it's easier for you to access.
Yeah, a lot of people like this these days because they can swim to this. It's actually in the water. So you're sitting in the water with your legs hanging, right? And it can lift up as well to the boat level. So it's really nice.
Very comfortable. For the US, because the Americas uses boats different than usually Europeans do, we made a couple of modifications. So for example, over here, you have an Eskimo ice maker that gives you plenty of ice for your guests down here in the beach club. So
cocktail
now
hour.
It makes it much easier for you to host and to provide them with refreshments. And it's very hot. It's a different climate over here, different than the Med. So we try to adapt according to whatever our customers use in that situation.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So in the last observation over here in the beach club would be, if you look at the garage door, at the bottom you see the teak, you actually see there's an embedded speaker called an Anaconda speaker. So that means that you have sound throughout the boat.
Oh, incredible.
Including in the beach club where you have full control of it.
So this is a high-tech, hidden high-tech.
Always.
Yacht.
Yeah. Pershing has a characteristic of always trying to push in terms of new technologies and implementing that in our product.
Well, yes, and I also love these sort of wings coming out, right? So you have this open sea
That's correct.
volume with the view.
Yeah, so we're trying to keep a safe operation, but at the same time bringing in the aesthetics of it, and also giving it the opportunity to open up so that if you're lounging here in your chair, you have a beautiful view of the ocean as you're diving.
It's like you're on a transformer.
Exactly. We go for the interior. This is the Protona Frau couch that we work with Protona Frau and their materials. We
Beautiful.
have Minotti chairs with an Nabook back and a very, very comfortable seating area. And in a way of making it more sleek, we make the television as an adapting coming down from the ceiling panel. So you can close that up and have a much cleaner environment, depending on how you plan on using your boat and your guests. If you want to watch television, you could do that. But if you have a lot of guests around, you want to make sure you have plenty of free space for transiting, you can also bring the television up to give you that option.
Yes, I love that because television, there are times to be seeing television and then there are times where you don't need any. So exactly. I love this additions. And this completely opens.
That's correct. So now you have an option here to create an environment where you're completely open and also a balcony that opens over the water. So you're dealing with various different environments that you can actually enjoy the boat in, from the inside where you have the AC, all the way to the outside if you want to have a nice fresh day or you want to just enjoy nature overall.
And this glass is interesting.
Yeah, so this is it's a grip, right? Because obviously once this goes down,
so
you can go up to the border, but it's also strong enough so that it holds your weight. Right. So here in the Americas version, we go with the bar. It's just typically Americans use the boat in a manner that they don't usually sleep on it a lot, and they prefer to be able to host. So then we use the bar version. On the European version, you'll see a dining room table here. So it really depends on what the market is and how the customers like to use the boat.
I like this option. I find dining rooms are barely used today. They're kind of a wasted space. This way you have guests arriving at different times, maybe before the host arrives for dinner, and they can come. They have someone to talk to, the bartender, or getting their drinks, or looking at the view, the balcony. And you don't feel like you're all alone, nowhere to go. I'm loving this hand-stitched leather as a tabletop along this commode with the Alpi veneer wood. It's just incredibly elegant and minimalistic. And the wine, look, you have the wine refrigerator there, and refrigerated drawers here, and hidden cupboard space, which is just, you don't see this on a lot of boats. I love it. It's a glorious bachelor pad on water. This is beautiful. All right, well, let's go see the helm.
Let's do that. So this is the helm station. And this is the crown jewel of the boat, which is the GTX116 pilot
Look
chair.
at the screen. It's like a gamer's room on water. This is incredible. This Pershing designed captain's chair.
Yeah, so it's a custom chair.
Carbon fiber.
Fully carbon fiber.
Can I sit in it?
Of course, feel free.
This is amazing. The steering wheel is quite low though. Is that normal?
So you have different options because you're doing with triple water jets.
Yeah.
You usually operate them from
from up here.
And then you could switch for the steering depending on the captain's preference.
So your ideal location for this boat, now that it's in Florida, where would we go? Who are the clients to be using this for?
It's a very good question. I mean, the boat here in this region of the world is ideal for pretty much anywhere, especially in the southeast of the United States. You have a 4'10" draft, so you're really not restricted to anywhere. So island hopping in the Caribbean, South Florida, whatever you want to do with this boat, you're able to do it. You're able to pull up wherever you want to pull up to. If you want to show it off, or if you want to just sit around and be closer to wherever you want to be, you don't have that restriction. So you have a top speed of around 33 to 34 knots, cruising at 29. It's a great boat for South Florida. It's a great boat for Miami. Tons of volume, so you could really have different rooms for and different spaces for kids, for family. If you just want to host, whether it be for business or for friends. The boat really checks a lot of boxes. Once you follow me down to the crew quarters, I'll show you how much room we're. So we have a nice bright, for crew, 2 cabins, 1 captain's cabin.
Look, notice the floor down here. This is really unusual.
It looks like a carpet, but it's...
Yes, even cement or stone, but with this mixed, it's a nice little touch.
easier to maintain.
Yeah, a lot of space, even though it's small.
You have a mini galley over here where you have refrigerator, jet,
Yes.
freezer, another refrigerator.
Washer and dryer.
Dryers on top and bottom.
Yes, washer and dryer. It's really nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, so the cockpit area is really integral. So as an entertainment spot for guests, because you have the outside options, you have the AC, you have an actually AC blade that comes through, and you also have a bar here, full bar, ice maker, refrigerator, and you can have business meetings here, conversations. It really gives you plenty of options to enjoy the boat throughout.
Well, this is a great place to have family gathered for dining, your favorite chef on board, having lunch, breakfast. Really nice. I like the space.
So here we have a Flybridge, again with a full bar, just like we did in the cockpit, in the main salon, and up here, with all freestandings. All of the areas of the boat that you have sun pads, you have the option of awnings, so you have the optional shades that you can, with the carbon fiber poles, extend. The crew will extend that, and you have the option of shade throughout the boat. So this is the bow of the GTX116. This layout specifically has a jacuzzi that converts into a sun pad. Again, this whole area, you have the option of inserting carbon fiber poles, so you extend the shade all the way to the windshield. And if you notice on the design details is that the lines are very clean, so you don't see the windshield wipers. So there's been a care aesthetically by Fulvio to design it in that manner, so that you have a very clean, aggressive, but crisp design.
Well, if it's rocky just a little bit too, with the stabilizers, you know.
Yeah, the stabilizers mitigate a lot of that.
Right.
So, and stabilizers have really changed the yachting industry
Of course.
as a whole.
The underway.
Exactly, where, you know, people would have a hard time. Now you can be and spend more time on the boat. You can dock, you can anchor, and have a much more comfortable experience.
Yeah, and actually plan what you want to do on board.
That's correct.
Follow me to the guest cabins.
Right. So you have a head here, so that guests don't have to go down to the rooms to actually use them. So you have the master in the back.
So pretty.
Master's a full beam.
So you have your separate his and hers.
That's correct.
With the dual shower in the middle.
Yeah, dual shower, which is also optional, a steam shower. So you have metallic tiles for the texture, and you have a teak bench that's set on the floor where you can sit down, relax, and have a steam shower / sauna.
Very clean. Even the lighting, I don't know if you see the detail, but the mini spots, linear, very, very nice. Nice. It goes with the lighting, the linear lighting there and the headboard.
Twin beds with a suite bathroom.
I always like the yacht windows in the showers.
Port hose, yes. And you have 2 VIPs. Only difference is the port side one has a bigger television.
So this is very interesting. Nice and dark. Has an allure. Very pretty for the water. You know, you barely even notice the television because it's integrated very well with these grained, polished wood. So this Pershing 116 is really, for me so far, the top of the boat show. I love the new things it's been doing, and since a decade or 5 years, the changes in Pershing are incredible, right? And is this all because of what? Inspiration from other designers throughout the world? What brought this actual design of the boat to Pershing?
Right, so for Ready Group and Pershing specifically, we're very in tune to what the customer market desires. So we have activities, we have brand activations. Our objective is always to listen to the feedback of the market and present it with something that fulfills that need within the DNA of our brands. Pershing's not different from that. So the GTX, as you'll walk through, you see it still has the same sleek, sexy design, but it gives you more volume. So the concept was to give you a sports car, but an SUV version of a sports car. So you can fit a lot more people in there. You can enjoy with your family. Sometimes it can be a little bit less of the bachelor look to it, where now a lot of our older customers are growing and have bigger families and want to entertain more people. And this gives you a nice balance between those two.
Yes, this is for a 35.2 meter yacht.
That's correct.
It's fast. It's got everything new. It has the high tech inside integrated, and you don't even notice that. It's just minimalism to the core.
Yeah, so we try to integrate all of that technology in a manner that it doesn't become an eyesore for the customer.
Yeah.
So examples that we always try to paint, for example, the crane, the launching crane, the same color as the hull, where you'll walk by it and maybe not even notice it.
Exactly.
So the idea is to have an aesthetic presentation to functionality within the boat.
Yes, beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for showing us.
Thank you for having me.